Roots, darling. Booyaka. Hello, darling. Nostrils. Roots.
So somehow, that might not be the first Predator CLA's gone live with. So jokes aside, if you've been catching up with the CLA law over the last couple of weeks, well, you're going to know that CLA got arrested, and to be honest, it's not looking great. There is a lot of talk to be had on that front, but first, there's a bit more of a pressing issue, because police aside for the moment, there might actually be some vigilantes in CLA's postcode at the moment.
I'm going to have to keep the live on.
So judging by the caption, this is at 7 AM. I mean, if nothing else, this guy is an early riser. I do think CLA's address is public, and I can imagine that this does happen a lot. But she stuck her head out the window, and to be honest, what could go wrong?
People don't feel right.
Fucking racist bitch!
Dusty guy. Who the fuck is this dusty guy?
You racist bitch! You're gonna get fucking killed!
Yeah, so that is only slightly terrifying. Now, I think we can all probably agree that death threats aren't great. And to be honest, this might be the most visceral death threat I've ever witnessed. Like, normally they're just in DMs, and it never goes further than that. But this guy has turned up at 7 AM, so he does mean business. Just to shout it so viscerally in full view of everybody else on the street. I mean, clearly the guy is watching her live because he is responding to her. But yeah, anyone without that context thinks this guy is walking the street shouting threats at the air. That is kind of terrifying, and in fairness, CLA took it like semi-well.
I'm gonna get killed. Fucking dusty guy.
Now, the calmness involved in this reaction, my head is kind of spun. I've seen some conspiracy theories on TikTok and on Reddit, because yeah, I go on Reddit for these videos. If you don't think I'm dedicated, then that's your proof. On one hand, I can imagine that this probably does happen a lot to CLA, like her address is public. And I mean, with the people that frequent these streams, I would imagine that the extremists amongst them are pretty extreme. But on the other hand, she does just shrug it off. Again, I can't really speak to how desensitized she is to this, but with all that in mind, some people have said that maybe she set this up. Let me know what you think in the comments. All I can really say at this point is it wasn't me, and I have proof. At 7 AM in the morning, I am definitely asleep, and luckily that guy did never show his face again. But as you can probably expect, CLA did have a lot to say about this.
I had the police out last night and everything. It was a joke, man. I reckon it was a setup, yeah. Like, it was a setup, man. Dusty youths. Trust me, next time anyone does that, I'll throw the microwave on your head.
Now, in fairness to CLA, that would probably work. Decent content probably as well, but let's be real, you'd be looking at a long prison sentence. Either way, like, watching this clip, the thing that does trip me out is she clearly just isn't phased. And I'll be real, I don't even think she's acting. She just does not give a shit.
No one gives a fuck, sweetheart. Come outside my yard now, you little bumper clock. I'm ready, sweetheart. I'll fucking meet you downstairs. I don't care, I'll box out any guy in my life. I don't care no more. Come, man, you wanna kill me? Let's go, motherfucker. Let's go.
Brave or stupid, if nothing else, it's definitely one of those two. I'll let you make your own mind up, because CLA, after this, she quickly moved on. She had some rare moments of introspection, but it was about her own arrest.
You lot all know me, so there's nothing that you don't know about Chelsea Leon, sweetheart. You know I'm crazy. I've said the worst things in my life, but I don't mean nothing by it.
Now, in fairness, that's a pretty decent excuse. I love saying things and then afterwards saying that I didn't mean anything by them. And by the way, this isn't actually to say anything about her arrest, but just this line of thought in general is just so stupid. Convenient for her, but stupid nonetheless. But she went on to kind of talk about the circumstance of her arrest, and to be fair, she might have raised a few points.
Anyway, it is what it is, darling. The police, to me, seem like they just want to lock me up anyway, darling. Because to bring 7 officers to my house, darling, like, who am I, darling? I'm a woman on my own. 1 officer would have been enough.
Now, on one hand, nobody is denying what she said is disgusting. But on the other hand, committed 7 police officers to this is patently insane. My only defense would be is that that might be the amount of police officers it takes to subdue CLA. Because if she flies into a rage, she is too powerful. But there is, like, genuinely discussion to be had around this. So I would be curious as to what you think. But for now, CLA was just doubling down. And if she had a bit of humility, maybe this this would seem better, but she seems to want to die on a hill that she has done nothing wrong at all.
Roots, darling. Everyone knows I'm not racist. You know, if I'd have said it and I was a racist person, then that's different, do you understand?
Now, none of us can see into CLA's head, thankfully, but again, this is a weird line of thought. Typically, if you say racist things a lot, then one could hypothesize that you might actually be racist. Just saying you're not racist is, like, kind of nonsensical in that regard. The only real defense might be that you were joking, but, like, we've seen the clips, you are not joking. I don't really understand personally, but she does seem to be married to this delusion, and it just does keep getting worse.
My son was cussing. He's like, what the f***? He goes, even that Dorchester thing, mum, he's gonna take in the piss. He goes, and as for this, man, he's like, what the hell, man? He's like, because you said the N-word. He's like, so what? It's not no big thing. He's like, do you know what I mean? He goes, I say it. He goes, my brother says it all the time, man. Like, my other son says it all the time, but, you know, he goes, they used to say it to each other. No one gives a shit.
Now, personally, on principle, I can't take the word of anybody that makes noises like that. And in fairness, I am looking for logic where it literally cannot exist. The brain of CLA needs to be studied, but that is a task for another day. For now, we're just going to have to go via her words, although by her own standards, we cannot take anything she says to mean anything.
Everyone knows I'm not racist. You know, if I'd have said it and I was a racist person, then that's different, do you understand? But when you've said it on the basis that's your children and you're intoxicated and you're saying the N-word, I'll say it again in the singing word. I'll say it again.
Well, at least she's learned. Probably just don't say it again. Regardless of what you think about the arrest, you've kind of got to play the cards you're dealt. And CLA, you have been dealt a card that says go straight to jail, so maybe it would be in your interest to stop that from happening. You don't even need to do anything dramatic, just calm it down and don't escalate. But obviously, this is CLA, that is not going to happen ever. And for right or for wrong, she is going to die on this hill.
But if it's that bad, then they should bar the word, innit? But yeah, if you say it to someone and direct it, then obviously that's racist. But what I did is not racist. So I always know what time of day it is. Stop talking. No, I'm just saying that because my son was so vexed. He's like, what the hell, mum? I can't believe it. I goes, yeah, it's just these stupid trolls, innit?
Well, you know what? Keep digging and maybe you'll find another excuse. Excuses aside though, CLA I don't think even intends to face the music because she wants to flee the country and surely this can only end well.
We need you on holiday, yeah. I'm going to be on holiday soon. I've just got to make sure that I sort out my bail conditions and all this and that. Because I'm on bail, innit?
And on its own, you know, this might be alright. She's at least respecting the conditions of the bail, but it turns out she might be trying to commit another crime. After a reconciliation in the past week, she is trying to take another individual abroad with her. And when you see who it is, it's gonna shock you.
Oh, I'm so excited. Alpha Bar's following me on Instagram. See, I know Alpha loves me. I'll take Alpha on holiday.
Yeah, so to take Elphaba abroad, you definitely need some kind of license. You might even need to put her in a baggage hold. This isn't even me being mean, I'm just looking out for CLA. If she gets arrested again, it's gonna be raps. But jokes aside, if you thought this was a comeback story for these two, I hate to break it to you, but the goodwill lasted all of about 20 seconds.
Maria would love it. I'll go on holiday with Maria. Like, you know, I'll just throw Alpha in the sea, sweetheart. She'll heal in the sea, I'm telling you, darling.
Yeah, so if you threw Elphaba in the sea, she would dissolve like a tablet. For the sake of just about everybody, don't do that. Either way, she is back in the content grind mindset again, and to be fair, we might actually be in for a treat.
She'll love it. Maria will be in heaven, darling. I think me, Alphaba, and Maria were good content. People like, the public like us together, so...
Now, I'll be real, saying the public love you together is a bit of a stretch. I mean, on one hand, we cannot look away, but it's more like an atrocity on the news. If a natural disaster happened, I wouldn't necessarily say the public loved it, but we would all be watching, and that is basically comparable to Elphaba, CLA, and Maria. Either way, CLA is very clearly desperate at this point in time, and crazily enough, it turns out this newfound interest in Elphaba, well, it might actually extend beyond CLA.
Even the police is asking me how is Alphaba. I mean, are you mad? They didn't ask about anyone else. They don't even know anyone else. They know Evil Queen's naughty one though. That she says the worst things ever because they've always known, you know. And flipping Alpha, is she alright? You know, I said, you know.
Now, these three being on the police's radar, I think we all could have seen this coming. Elphaba, for one, calls them like every 20 minutes. And CLA and Evil Queen, respectively, they are national security threats, really. But crazily enough, this isn't where it ends, because CLA somehow is in more trouble with the law. And this time, it might be because she told a lie. It might be because she isn't as rich as she claims she is.
Final demand council tax. Guess how much for? £200. How is that a final not demand? Like 200 quid? Are you taking the piss, darling?
So for someone making 40 grand a month, this is a bit of a strange obstacle. But it turns out maybe that wasn't true. And it turns out maybe after all this time, CLA might finally be unraveling. Because she did actually let it slip how much trouble she's actually in. And to be honest, whatever way you cut it, it's not looking good.
I don't want to have no bills. I want everything to be legit. And yeah, I'm going to end up with no money soon because I've got about 30 grand to pay out now for everything. And yeah, it's just wild. I'm just going to have to wait for the money to start coming in. Oh, it really is.
Yeah, so it's not looking good. I mean, she owes basically what she claims to earn. And it's clear to see, like, as I've made these videos, that the income is definitely going down. I think pretty universally, especially among UK TikTokers, the money is definitely down. There was a boom at one point and they were definitely earning a lot of money. It was also probably inflated by agencies kind of just giving them a lot of gifts. So this might actually be the TikTok Great Depression. And to be honest, I don't really see much of a way out.
I need to behave.
Very spannend.
Oh, I need to win the leaderboard. I need to make about 40 grand. Oh, so I'm just sad.
Well, you know what, CLA, good luck. You might need it. To be honest, with everything else said, like, I don't actually see a way out. There is no way CLA is ever generating that kind of money again. We might have a generational kind of fall off on the cards here. And obviously, that's not necessarily what any of us want to see. But everything is now falling down. And I think CLA's birthday party the other day might just sum it all up.
No, I don't business because you've already destroyed my birthday by constantly telling me to cover up all the time. Do I look Muslim though? It's not too sexy. That's what you think. No, it's not sexy.
Well, you know what? At the end of all of this, at least we can agree on something. Subscribe or I am going to transfer all of CLA's debt right to your bank account. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next one.